Okay, we are back, and this is Pack 1 Pick 1. So, the cards that stand out to me currently are Primeval Titan. It's just like, in the green decks, I find that's just like one of the best cards to get, especially if you can get like some really powerful utility lands. Show and Tell is good. I just don't like playing that style of deck just because you have to get there's a few cards that you need really, and you also just get to put one, like your opponent gets to put something into play, and sometimes they get like a late pick Progenitus, or just like some random derpy 7 or 8 or 9 drop, and it can actually like just backfire. I've had that happen a couple of times. So I like Primeval Titan, I like Remand, I like Dimir Signet, and Burning is good as well. I'm not a big fan of playing Burning, I just don't enjoy playing those kind of decks. Metalwork is obviously good if you can get a lot of artifacts. Yeah, I think Primeval Titan's just a solid pick here. There wasn't that many good green cards in the pack as well. The only other card was Den Protector, so I like not passing any good green cards. So in this pack, Grave Titan is really good, especially with Primeval Titan. Roseric is fine. Vents is okay. There's quite a few dual lands. Reclamation Sage is very good in this cube just because there's a lot of mana rocks, and just being able to blow them up is just really good. And Elvish Mystic is obviously great. So the two cards I'm really looking at are Reclamation Sage and Elvish Mystic. However, I also like Faith's Fetters. It can just like, so it can just stop Planeswalkers completely. Nothing else really sticks out to me at this point. Like, it's a bit early to take Jules. I don't even know if I'm playing green. Like, so I think the best card in the pack is probably Grave Titan. However, I am interested in both of these as well. I think I'm just going to take the Mana Dork, because if you can take these early, then the deck becomes a lot more powerful. And Grave Titan is a great card, but I'd rather take the Elvish Mystic and send a signal that there's not green as much open. Okay, so Gush is obviously very powerful, especially if you can get things like Fast Bonds or anything that accelerates your lands. So you can like catch back up, because obviously losing your lands isn't a major cost, but it's nice to be able to draw a bunch of cards and then actually be able to cast them at good speed. So Fyndhorn Helves is great. Whisperwood is very good, but it's not the best ramp target, so I'm not worried about taking that too much. I'd much rather get the good ramp and then follow up with subpar fatties instead of having no ramp and having really good fatties, just because you don't achieve anything. Pithing was good against Planeswalkers. Lightning Greaves is great if you want to like stick like Raphaelos or something like that on, but Garruk is definitely something to consider. But I'm happy taking the Fyndhorn Elves here. I'm much more worried about taking the Mana Dorks over the fatties. Noble Hierarch is good. Opposition is very powerful. Is there anything else? Deathrite Shaman is obviously very good. There's nothing else really looking for. Like Balance is good. Don't feel that we're going in that sort of direction for Balance. So it's Opposition or Hierarch at this point. I've already got 2 Mana Dorks, so I'm not like valuing this as highly as Opposition, because Opposition is just so ridiculously powerful. If you can get like this out like a turn early or something, and then just keep them tapped out with Mana Dorks, you don't even need like a particularly good creature to kill them with, because they can just never do anything. Especially if they're not a blue deck. Like if they're a blue deck, they can use instances obviously, but a lot of the other decks don't really have anything. So yeah, I'm just going to take Opposition here. I think it's the best card in the pack besides Balance. Okay, so best cards here for what I'm looking at are Chop is obviously really good. I really like Lotus Cobra. Nothing else really catches my eye. Sword and Feast and Famine is good. I think, again, like if I take the green card, then there's just no green being passed. Like sure, I passed 1 Noble Hierarch and a Den Protector so far, so like green doesn't look open to that person. So the next pack it should help with the picks. So I guess it's just between that and Tropical Island, but I think I'm just going to take Trop. I don't think Lotus Cobra is incredibly good. I think just fixing is more important. However, that does fix. So that is something to consider. It becomes a lot better with fetches, so I'm going to take it. Okay, so Mace is good with Primeval Titan. Just anything that can give you utility with your lands is great. Duplicant is great. You can just like get rid of a guy, and Search for Tomorrow is fine. Roast is good removal. We're not going to be playing Wrath of God. That's the card we don't want to see played against us. So I think it's between Duplicant, Search for Tomorrow, and Mace of Ith. And I think I'm just going to take Search for Tomorrow. It does only get basic lands, however, and Maze of Ith is very powerful. But we are playing a ramp deck, and that's like the opposite of ramp, because you hit a land drop and you don't actually get access to mana from it. So I'm just going to take Search for Tomorrow. I don't think it's the stronger card, but I think it works better in this deck. Okay, so cards to consider are Terastodon, Witness, Bolt, Path. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Terastodon is a great ramp target because you can just like wipe out Planeswalkers, which is super relevant because in these cubes people are just playing a lot of Planeswalkers. But is it better than Eternal Witness? I think so. Like, realistically, what are we Eternal Witnessing back so far? Like, if you get Chord of Calling, it can make Eternal Witness better, assuming Chord of Calling is in the cube. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I'm just going to take Terastodon here. I'm never very excited to play Eternal Witness in the green style decks. Okay, so we've got Acidic Slime or Steve. Anything else? Chandra's very good because you're just drawing 2 cards a turn. And then there's nothing else really. Like, I guess we could take Ravages of War if we want to go that route, because if you can like ramp up and then get like an opposition and then eventually blow up lands, I guess you can just completely lock them out. So it's between Acidic Slime and Steve. I'm going to take Acidic Slime. Simply because Steve is just not like premium ramp. Like, you've got the these mana dorks which are better, and then things like Exploration and Fast Ones I believe is in the cube, so things like that are just much better. I'd rather take like an actual good creature over a bad ramp spell. Which kind of goes against what I said earlier, but I still believe that this was better than that. So here we can take Rakdos Return, Karakas, or Metaworker, I think. I like taking the Rakdos Return because if you can splash for that and like ramp up a little bit, making your opponent discard like 3 or 4 cards is really just like backbreaking a lot of the time. And there's a lot of fixing, so I think it should be fine. Blue-green. Yeah, because we didn't take the Trop, so that's a good pick up. Anything else is the Faiths, but I'm definitely happy taking the Breeding Pool. So it's between the Lightning Group. Oh, we've got Garruk back. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be Garruk. Garruk is great. There's no way we can play anything else, so Deathrite is fine. I guess we just take the Firecraft. Yeah. Take the Swift. We'll take the Searing Blaze. We don't want our mana dorks being killed. Grimlaugh Monster. Okay, red looks open. It's normally one person that just jams red. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the card so far. We're not like locked into any splash colours yet. Black looks good to splash, but I'm still not opposed to playing opposition. Wow, Library of Alexandria. Seasons Past has been added to the cube, which is sweet. Like, I think Library is the best card here. I don't know how well it works with ramp, but I think it's worth trying. Like, it's just so ridiculous to like when you have an opening hand of Library, it's so hard to lose. But I don't know if that still works with green decks where you're trying to like vomit your hand. So if I wasn't going to take that, I would probably consider Bayou. It's a little bit early to take the Bayou, I think. Bloodbraid might be okay, because if we splash red we can play that, and even play the Grimlaugh Monster on the sideboard. This is not an Oath of Druids deck. Diabolic Edict is fine. I'm just going to take the library. We'll see how that goes. Wow, Gaia's Cradle. That is perfect. Frost Titan is great. Again, the Titans are all really good. Sylvan Library is very good, but I mean, it's Gaia's Cradle. It's just like, I think the best land for this deck. It's hard to think there's anything better. Maybe the Dark Depths combo is better, but that requires 2 cards. So, what have we got here? Woodfall Primus, Savannah, Foothills is good, and the Hydra is not great. We can't play Bob. Well, I guess we could, but it's pretty risky. I like the Foothills. Non-creature. Okay, so that can hit Planeswalkers. How much? I only have 1 fetchable land so far. That's still fine though. Probe is not terrible. I really like just jamming Probe in most decks because it just gives you information and it's such a low cost. Dismember, I guess, is considerable, but it's between Primus and the Foothills, I think, here. What is this? Okay, that's not really high priority. Destroying artifacts is nice, but 2 red is a bit difficult. I think taking the Primus is the right pick. Oh wow, we've got Garruk and Corsair in this pack. And a Signet, which is nice. Sword. And obviously Niv's Disc, but that's not for this deck. I think it's Garruk over Corsair, like especially if you can play like a Garruk early and just start playing beasts, they have to answer it, and then, or if you want, you can just catch up on cards. I think Garruk is exactly what we want in this deck. Again, the Signet is very good, but nah, definitely Garruk here, I think. Solemn's good. Stomping Ground is great. So Ferric Vortex, wow, red is really open. Like, that's so powerful in this. Like, we're just getting past like last pick good red spells. That's strange. I don't think there's any reason to move in. I think we've got very good what we've got so far, so I'm not looking to swap over or anything. Villainous Wealth could be sweet. So we've got the blue and the black anyway, and we're obviously green, so we could actually play, like, it's kind of like playing a Genesis Wave but on your opponent. Oh, but you don't get the lands, which is a bit annoying. So I like the Stomping Ground, but I like the Solemn Simulacrum, and he can get like a 1-off mountain anyway, so I'm happy picking that up. Wow, Emrakul, Scalding Tarn, we don't, because we didn't pick up the Stomping Ground, we can't really take, well, we can, it's just not high priority. Abbott, if we go red, is meh. Land tax is fantastic, but I don't see us falling behind on land, and we haven't got any white cards really at all. No, so I think Regrowth or the Tarn. I'm slightly more inclined to take the Tarn just because you can just pick up a lot of shocks, and I don't know, I just find Regrowth effects are just not very effective in these decks. Chandra, Beast Within, and Ancient Grudge. Oh, Mishra's Workshop is great. We don't have any artifacts yet, besides Solemn, but it's just such a powerful land. We don't really have any artifacts. We can try and pick up the Mindslaver Lock. I don't think there's any other broken combos with it, but the Mindslaver Lock is pretty good. But Beast Within is great. But then again, so I think we're just going to take Chandra. Planeswalkers are so powerful. Yeah. Again, we're not like assigned to red yet, or blue, or black, or anything. We'll see what happens. That's nice. Toxic Deluge is very good. Just being able to reset the board is obviously very powerful. I'm not sure if I prefer a Scryland or a Lumbering Falls. Obviously then the big difference is the colours as well. I think we're more likely to play black at this point. And we already have one blue fixing. So yeah, I'm happy taking the Malady there. Oh, Bayou's come back. Edict has come back. Bring to Light could be interesting in this deck. So we have blue, black, green, and a little bit of red as well, or more red than anything. Red than black. So is Bring to Light? There's nothing really we're looking to Bring to Light into. Like in Modern, you want to do into Scapeshift or a board wipe. We're not playing either of those or anything like that. Yeah, I'm just going to take the dual land. Fixing is great. Tiger is fantastic here. I like Mystic Snake a lot, but double blue with opposition, it's not exactly something I'm excited to do. Oh, they've added the uncommon from Shadows in. I'm not convinced that it's going to be a good archetype. But yeah, we'll take the Tiger. Fixing is always good. Removal, or this removal. So we can blow up artifacts with this. I guess it's like a small board wipe. Dealing 6 to your opponent is not anything in this deck, really. So I think Firebolt is fine. I don't want to play Bob in this kind of deck, so I'm not even going to take that. Sword is fine. See, like, Sulfuric Vortex is like pack 1, pick 1 power level, and it's just been left to the side. I'm just going to take the Winter Orb. There might be, if we pick up a few more mana dorks, then maybe there's a situation where we play it. Wow. Unfortunately there's no way I can see us playing land tax, so I'm just going to take the Abbot. And Ancient Grudge, which is a fantastic card. You can even main deck that because of all the mana rocks and things like that. Yeah, I'd be happy to main deck that in this deck. So as far as dual lands, oh wow, we've got Black Lotus and Mind Twist, and that Spell Pierce at the bottom. Green Sun Zenith is great, but I think it's just going to have to be Black Lotus. I'm just going to see what fixing we have. Green, black, green, blue, green, red, green, black. Okay, and the Scalding Tongue can get green, so that's something to remember as well. Yeah, I think Black Lotus is probably just the pick. Mind Twist is incredible with discard though. But is it better than Black Lotus? Like, it sounds like really obvious just to take the Black Lotus, but when you can ramp like turn 1 and then turn 2 you play like any other ramp spell, and then turn 3 you Mind Twist for like 4 or 3 or something like that, it's just so backbreaking. Like, you can just make them, you basically just like make them discard loads of gas or their lands, or half and half. So I really like Mind Twist, but I think Black Lotus is still the pick. Okay, so 1 Power Stone is great, Avenger is fantastic, Windswept Teeth is nice, but I don't think that's better than either of these. We've already got a lot of good things to ramp into, so I'm just going to take the Power Stone. Oh, there's a Wall of Roots as well, but I think that's much more likely to wheel, and I don't think it's as powerful. So we're just going to take the Mana Rock. Excited to play with Black Lotus. I don't think I've played with that in this cube yet. Played with a lot of the other power, just not Black Lotus, so that should be cool. We haven't got as many creatures as I was expecting for opposition, so that was a good reason to pick the Avenger over the 1 Power Stone. However, I don't even know if we're playing the opposition at this point, to be honest. Maybe it's just good enough to play anyway. So the good cards here are, for this deck at least, I'm considering are the Elves, Mirari's Wake, and the Master of the Wild Hunt. And again, like things like card draw, like the Avachandra, is basically just the Avachandra, is really powerful. I think I just want to take the Mana Dork. They're just so powerful. Like, this guy is good, but it's as far as ramping goes, we've got such good things at the top end. I think it's better to just get there. Like, this is better in like a more value deck, I think, and we're more of a ramp deck than value. Like, yeah, Birthing Pod would be a lot better with that as well, because you can like pod up from the tokens and start the chain again. Okay, so Lily's great. Not sure she's great in this deck though. However, it's something to consider. Damnation, we don't really want to be playing that. Birthing Pod is good. Obviously, Verdant Catacombs is great. Songs of the Dryad is nice because it's just Planeswalker removal. Again, I value anything that can remove Planeswalkers fairly highly. We're not like a Lotus Bloom deck, I don't think. Or are we? No, it's more of like a just one-off like Black Lotus, but it's just so much slower. I'm not sure we want Birthing Pod. I quite like taking the Verdant Catacombs here. Or am I just underestimating Lily? Like in a ramp deck, we don't really want to be discarding anything. So yeah. We did get the Verdant Catacombs, right? Yeah. Ancient Tomb. Definitely happy to pick that up. Oh, they've got Conclave Naturalist in here. This is fairly new as well. So it's between Ancient Tomb, Arid Mesa. I don't really think Dorathy can do anything in this deck. I can just Faithless Looting every turn. But we're not like an artifact deck. So yeah, Arid Mesa or Ancient Tomb, but it's Ancient Tomb. Garruk is fantastic. Tolarian Academy is very, very good, obviously. But we don't have that many artifacts. See, I don't think we picked up the ancient. I can't remember what it's called. The one that puts your land artifact from your graveyard on top of your deck. No, we didn't. So we don't have that combo. So I'm just gonna take Garruk. I don't even. No, I still think Garruk is the better pick over the Mindslaver Lock, because you need so much mana to do it, and you have to hope that they have no interaction. So yeah, Garruk is fantastic. Yeah, there's really no respect for the red aggro deck. So we've got Disenchant is actually very good. Yeah, it looks like a sideboard card, but like Ancient Grudge, I think it's absolutely fine to main deck that. So we've got Raging Ravine, Elves, or Everflowing Chalice. Not really looking to play Temple Garden. So again, we do have 4 mana dorks already. So Everflowing Chalice is like it gets better with the more mana dorks you have. So this is interesting. He does fix black mana, which is nice. Yeah. Okay, so Kozilek, Goyf, Painful Truths. I guess we could take the Temple. I quite like Painful Truths there. How many ramp targets do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's enough. Yeah, just take the Painful Truths and get the card advantage. Sorry about that, that was my phone. Bonfire the Damned is great. So is Green Sun Zenith. Just trying to see what, like, if we have any like targets we really want to hit with Green Suns. Like if we had Rofellos, then Green Suns is fantastic. But we just have Mana Dorks and the Acidic Slime and things. So I'm just going to take the Bonfire of the Damned. Oh wow, the Avenger came back, but so did the Wall of Roots. Because if we get the Avenger, then I think we just play opposition, because you can just lock your opponent out. Like, with those 2 cards, your opponent can just barely do anything. But Wall of Roots is really powerful as well. If we play the Avenger, what do we cut? Okay, we'll take the Avenger and see, because that with opposition is so powerful. So it's between Marauri's Rake and Outpost Siege. I don't think we have any white fixing. No, I'm happy to take Outpost Siege. Again, just card advantage is great. We're still not a pod deck. I'm not looking to play pod, and I'm not looking to play Silverheart either, to be honest. I think it's better than the pod though. Like, especially if we get like like we can pod up to we can pod an elf, get a Lotus Cobra, and then we don't even have a 3-drop to pod into. So I'm not really excited to do that. Fine taking Torch Fiend, don't mind playing that on the sideboard. Avalanche Riders is fine. So is Magma Jet. I'd rather take the land destruction. Like that makes pod a little bit better. Oh, and we do get the white, so that's okay. But where is it? Okay, so convert mana costs. Split them up. I'm just gonna take out the Black Lotus. Okay, so I think that's not great. It's just not what we're looking to do. How much fixing do we have? It's like really zoomed in. Okay. Okay, so we have 2 fetches, both can get the Tiger, and the Verdant Catacombs can also get the Breeding Pool, and and they can both get the Bayou. No, sorry, only the Verdant Catacombs can. I guess we have to decide how many lands we want to play. Probably just 17 because we've got so many mana docks. That might even be slightly too high. Maybe 16 in the Black Lotus. Obviously we're playing the Black Lotus, but like to count that in. So we need to make some cuts. I don't think the sword is what we want. No, we don't really want the sword. I'm not overly excited to play Bonfire, so I don't mind cutting that. I think it's Rakdos Return is so much better just because of the discard. Like, sure, you can miracle that, but I still think the Rakdos Return is way more powerful. I'm really happy with this, especially with the Ancient Tomb and the Black Lotus and the library. We just got a lot going on. I don't think there's anything else in the sideboard we really want to play. Avalanche Riders may be something to consider. But I don't think so. I think this is great. Oh, I didn't even think the Avenger with Gaia's Cradle was nuts as well. Not that we need any more mana once you've got that in play. I guess Rakdos Return to like one-shot them. So I guess we just need to sort out combine and sort out land. So we've got 1, 2, 3 black sources. Okay, so 3 black sources and 1, 2, 3, 4 black cards. So yeah, probably like 1 swamp. You want to run at least like 1 of each basic of the colours just because of Solemn and Search for Tomorrow. So I want to play at least 1 swamp. Oh, and Black Lotus, I guess, makes black, but we're probably not doing it for black. Blue, we are just playing opposition. I still think that the card is just so powerful that it's worth taking. Worth splashing. We have Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Breeding Pool. So yeah, just 1, and then red we have 1, 2, 3. I don't think we need that many forests, so maybe we can afford to up the mountains. We don't need any more than... We definitely don't need... I don't think we even need 3. I guess we need to work out how many land spaces we've got. So 17... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we only actually have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we'd only have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not going to count Guy's Cradle. I think that's okay. So green sources. Oh, wait, we also have elves for black. And then we can't really count the elves from a 6 to produce green because you need green to play them anyway. So I don't consider that. Oh, we got Lotus Cobra as well for the splashes. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think 10 is more than we need. Well, yeah, we need to consistently be able to class the mana dork on turn 1, which is fine. And then everything else should be okay. So I'm happy to submit that. And I will see you in round 1.